talking about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Back again. You didn't even get to the computer yet. Oh, I thought it was already recording.
It's always recording.
See,
Oh,
I know what I'm doing. I know what I got
it's
going
always
on.
isn't that what that red light means? It's recording.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't work in showbiz.
How's everybody doing today?
I'm doing well. You know?
Phenomenal.
Yeah, hot.
Splendid, magnificent.
Okay. I'm pretty even keeled right now. Pretty solid across the board.
Yeah.
Not
Okay,
too many
solid.
highs, not too many lows. Y'all do anything interesting this week? Last week?
Today.
Didn't get much time to talk.
I don't know. I've just been on go. I'm constantly on go.
Mm.
You know, like everything becomes a blur to me, honestly. So, you know, I've been living.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been living life. And personally, I'm just looking forward to just, you know, staying focused and getting to where I have to go. You know, doing what the big man has told me to do. But that's daily. That's daily.
Same. You know, just living. Create more experiences. You know, living life.
Buying people keychains,
Yeah.
Shot glasses.
shot glasses, because he likes to drink.
I can get a shot.
It's a big money journey over there.
You don't need to drink anymore. You're done.
I got
You're done.
this.
I guess so. But yeah, that's about it, man.
Same, you know. Not much going on. Yeah, pretty boring right now. Pretty boring right now. Pretty lame.
Okay. Well, now that we got that out of the way, how about we go about the intro? Welcome to What They Talking About podcast.
Oh gosh.
It's your boy Cozy Cartier. I am joined by my boy
Tone, how you doing?
Tone. We got
Big journey.
Big Jern over here, and we got last but not least
Mr. Waller.
Mr.
Mr.
Waller.
Mm.
Mr. Waller.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back to that. I'm not that
Give an
Mr.
educational
Waller.
figure.
Yeah.
It's giving dad.
Hey, you know.
Mr. Rogers.
Where's the sweater?
Mr. Rogers. No, that's got to be like the thumbnail.
No, but
Mr. Rogers'
unfortunately,
Last face.
we're down 2.
Yeah.
We
No.
definitely
We are down two.
How y'all
We're
feel
down
about
two
that?
today.
Hey man, you know.
I think this is a solid crew right here, to be honest with you. You know, I think a lot of the conversation flows to this right here, except for Anthony. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's
you
just
know?
here.
You know, everything just flows so naturally. We got the talent on your team, you know?
Yeah.
You got the talent.
Is that me?
Hmm?
What?
Who?
Copy.
But,
It's me. I'm the talent. It's your boy.
But, what are we talking about today? I don't even know what we're talking about.
What are we talking about today? Talking about some women. Talking about some relationships. Talking about some life.
Oh gosh,
But he came off very aggressive.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I
Talking
got
about
to
some
keep
women.
high energy.
that sounded very female-ish.
Excuse me?
Again? Oh, wait. Again,
You know what I'm
he's using
saying?
the word
But those are the kind of things we're talking about. Specifically, we wanted to talk about today a little bit about everybody having a past and just how do you navigate through that. You know, we're all older. We're a lot older now than when this podcast first started. I feel like now.
Don't say a lot older. We're not a lot older. We're just,
Okay,
you know.
we're almost half a decade older.
Laz, you're
What
old.
we're not gonna do. It was only 3 years ago. It was
Laz,
literally
you're
3
old.
years ago.
Laz, you're
It's about to be 4.
You're old, Laz.
Going on 4.
All right.
Almost
No,
half a
it's
decade
not.
older.
We started in 2020. This is 2023. Yes.
I go based off of the cookouts. We're coming on the 4th annual cookout.
That doesn't.
So
3 years is 3
we're
years. What are we
coming on-
talking
coming on
about?
4.
Anyway.
Coming on 4, which is almost
Anyway.
5, which is half a decade.
Anyway, we digress.
anyways, so you know, like I was saying, just being older now, having gone through way more experiences, I feel like some of our views may have changed a little bit. I know some of mine have definitely changed. In particular, about the whole idea of every woman has a past. Like before, I definitely used to feel like, oh, she done been with too many people, type. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like, nah, I can't go for that.
Oh, I guess I haven't changed in that regard because I still feel the exact same way.
I feel like it's a respect kind of thing at the end of the day, because so if I just had to use myself for an example, if y'all been tuned in, y'all already noticed about me, but I've only been in like one real relationship my whole life, and that was like the girl I lost my virginity to, so I was like locked in. And she wasn't really with anybody before me. So that was kind of like a thing. And I kind of thought that's just was going to be the trajectory of my life, and that I wasn't going to be with like a girl that has been with a lot of dudes. And I just felt uncomfortable with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like that was more so just like my pride and like my ego. Like people kind of like, or some men just want it's kind of like a purity kind of thing. Like people just want like, oh, she ain't never been touched, but I'm the only nigga that got to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And some people feel like that's like the most important thing. But now I'm kind of looking at it like, you know what I mean? As long as it's not like none of y'all or like people that I'm extremely close to, I don't really care who she was with before me, as long as I'm the only person she with while we together.
I understand. I still can't say that I feel the same personally. And the reason why I said it is simply because like I'm not dating Pinky. Like it's just a simple superhead. None of that. I'm not dating them. Like you just been tossed around way too much. And yeah, no, I can't. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I need to grow more. But as of right now, I still feel the same way, and that's simply because I hold myself to the same standard. It's not like I've been out here just with any and everybody. Honestly, there's only one person in Buffalo that can say that I've been with them. Literally one, and that was a 7-year-long relationship. So other than that, there's no there's no one else that can actually say that. And so again, I'm still holding myself to that same standard. Like I don't, especially seeing who you've been with. Yeah. It just shows to me your standards in regards to men, in my opinion. And again, maybe I still have some growing to do, but I still care about that personally. Not that I'm just always denying people or anything like that, but I have standards, and I think that that's okay to have.
So what do you think about someone, let's say, I guess everyone says they have like a whole phase, right? Mm-hmm. So think about their whole phase, like their hurt stage. I think of like a whole phase to me when someone said they went through their whole phase, they were hurt and they just kind of didn't care about themselves.
You did that. You did that. But nah. Not everybody has we sit up here and we just generalized everyone and said that everyone has a past. We have a past, but that doesn't mean that past has to be something that we perceive as negative. I didn't have to. Yeah, I've been hurt, but I didn't go sleeping around after it.
And so
I completely understand that. Yeah. And those people aren't my people.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Is that simple? Like, if you can go sleep around, that's perfectly fine. But I'm not okay with the woman that's just been sleeping around, been tossed around. I'm not okay with that personally. I get it. You were hurt. You should have handled that in a better manner.
But then it's some people. It's just how some people react to certain situations.
I get it.
Yeah. So you can't necessarily just say that you should have handled it in a better manner. Maybe that's the only manner that they knew.
Like what if I'm out there cussing everyone out, getting into fights, getting angry at people 24/7? Is that handling it better?
No.
Exactly. So there's different ways people handle it if they choose to handle it sexually. Because honestly, most people that I know that went out and, like you say, were tossed around, they really hated themselves.
Well, yeah, obvious. So I don't even want to say that it's necessarily that you hated yourself, but I want to say that it's like I'm filling a void. I need some validation.
You're filling the void. Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
I had the thoughts running through my mind. I get it. I need that validation. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, at the end of the day, that's all you're doing it for is the validation, yeah. and then it becomes empty at the end of the day. Like I didn't even have to go through it to know it. Yeah. It just becomes empty.
Right. Yeah. And
but I get it.
That out, they chill out.
Yeah. I get it. Like you did it. That's fine. Again,
what if the girl you talked to, she did that and
everything is there's a lot of special. Am I really missing out on something special?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like these things are so. What are you talking about?
You never.
No, that was hard. That was hard. That was hard. It's a lot of special. I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Man, I've, like the people who are supposed to be the way that I feel, the people who are supposed to be in your life are going to be in your life.
True.
And you just naturally gravitate towards people. And even when we talk about this thing in regards to like, having that past and caring about it, all of these things are subjective. Like, all right, you done ran through about 15 men in the past year.
That's crazy.
You're doing way too much.
Yeah.
Like, you're hurt.
Yeah. You need to chill out.
Or maybe you're not hurt. Maybe you're pinky.
I was about to say, maybe they just
and that's okay. That's okay for you. But I don't want someone who who I can walk down the street with, and then another man is sitting there. And like, this may sound insecure of me, but like a group of men is just sitting there talking about how they all had you.
I can see how their bodies are about somebody.
Like I wouldn't want that. I mean,
I see what you're saying, but like outside of that specific situation, how would you know?
I wouldn't know.
But you just gotta trust it then.
Buffalo's so small, you'll know. In regards to other cities in the world, not necessarily. Like you couldn't know.
Fair enough.
You don't know anyone that person knows, more than likely.
You asking for a body count?
No, I'm not.
That's my next question. That's my next question. Like, how would like he's saying it's like how would just someone go? Yeah, lads, I've been.
You say you don't even gotta tell me.
In all honesty, like they'll typically go into that. So like, tell me about your past is a question that I usually would ask, and then I'll go into depth in regards to questions. Like, so what happened here, and how did this happen? Like, not necessarily because I'm like fishing, but I really want to get to know you in the way that you think.
True.
And how you've reacted to things. Yeah, exactly. For myself personally, but like, it's women, I'm gonna put you guys on the spot. Like, it's women that you guys have shared that I would never in my life. It's not happening.
True.
You said we what?
I laughed because it was funny, not because he was talking about me.
That you guys have shared.
You said like Eskimo brothers.
Yes, it's women that you guys have shared that I would never in my life.
What?
What? Yeah, no, I'm
having sex with the same women.
I never shared.
That's insane.
I never shared. I'm not a good sharer.
That's insane.
I'm fighting. I'm sorry.
I couldn't even imagine.
I'm fighting.
You're not doing a good job.
No, this is just my voice.
Well, that's the end of this episode.
Yeah, this is good.
No, seriously.
It's moments like this I like being single because that sounds crazy.
I mean,
Nah, for real.
It is what it is. Like, and even in that regard, like, were you serious about that statement? Like, it's moments like this where I'm thankful that I'm single. Like,
it's half joking and half true because maybe this is just like trauma, but anytime situations like that would like occur, if I was in like a relationship or something, I felt like I had to like immediately distance myself because I didn't know where this was gonna result in, joke or not. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So now I kind of just is like, oh yeah, I don't even have to think about this at all.
Yeah.
And
I think that shouldn't even be a thing as well.
I agree.
Like, obviously there are some things that you have to answer to, some. Yeah. But, I'm just an advocate for a healthy relationship.
As am I.
Same. Nobody.
Welcome to the Healthy Relationship Podcast.
I don't think that we should be, like on every little thing where every little thing is in question.
Yeah.
That's definitely the definition of unhealthy.
Extremely.
Yeah, there has to be a level of trust. And not to cut you off, turn them up.
Nah, I'm agreeing with you. I was pretty much saying what you were about to say.
Yeah, there just has to be a level of like trust and understanding. And I know it's kind of a buzzword now, but like the whole idea of like, oh, communication, I'm big on communication. Everybody say they're big on like communication. You need to communicate, but you have to be willing to meet that person where they're at though, in regards to the things we're talking about. Because if you're already saying you're far left on this side and you have no room for understanding what they're communicating, then it doesn't really make sense if I tell you what's up anyways, because you're just going to fly off the handle or you're just going to cold shoulder or do whatever. So,
I mean, have you had that experience? I've had experiences myself where communication has been healthy for sure. I can think of 2 people off the top that I've had that experience with and only one person, matter of fact, I haven't really had much serious things to communicate. Like if I have a problem with something that you're doing to me, then I'm going to let you know.
Yeah, you're good at that. You address it
Immediately.
Yeah.
If I've
Not sure.
Oh no, I will address
sure
it.
Oh no, I've seen him in action.
Oh no, he's seen
I've seen him in action. I've seen him in action.
Seen him address it.
Yeah, no, I don't have a problem with that. But when it's something that can possibly damage you, that's what I will have a problem with. When I have to tell you something about yourself that can hurt you, I definitely struggle within that area, for sure.
I don't,
and that goes for relationship, you know, in friendships, intimate relationships and friendships as well, where it's like, I don't want to tell this person something about that person that can possibly hurt their ego, their pride, their self-esteem. I want to, you know, continue to build you up. So in my subtle ways, I'll try to let you know in a subtle way and hope that you get it, because I don't want to just rip the Band-Aid off. You know, I want to be considerate of you and your feelings. And that's just about anybody.
I mean, but that go along with knowing a person and the people that you're dealing with.
Yeah,
like each
for sure.
So it's just, if you don't want to do it in that way, just necessarily cater it to how that person is. So like, for example, like you're not the type of person that like, people don't talk loud towards you. Like you like to have conversation with people.
Yeah.
And not just like a yelling back and forth. So I wouldn't necessarily be like, hey, Laz, like, you need to do this. Like, you're not going to interpret that well. You're not going to take it in.
Okay.
So it's just knowing your relationships that you have with people.
For sure. So
knowing your audience, in a sense.
I mean, I guess. But, yeah, it's just everybody cater to people differently.
I have to ask, obviously, because you three are familiar with the situation, how would you handle someone that you can't necessarily say anything to without hurting their feelings, and you know it's going to be on their mind?
I think in regards to that, it depends a little bit upon what exactly is up. You know, like, to what degree are they going to hurt themselves, or how is this going to affect them in the long run? Because it's like, if you just not taking care of your hair all the time, I'm not going to be pressed to tell you about that. But if you're like, oh, I see you're drinking a lot, is there something going on? Like,
that's
you need
easy,
to put
though.
that down.
That's easy.
To tell somebody, like, drinking and stuff like that?
People typically know that they have a drinking problem.
Yeah. But some people still not ready to face the reasons as to why they're drinking. So that can be a tough conversation. Me personally, I feel like that's something that's easy to go into. I would literally break down to you, based upon the information that you give to me, why it is that you're drinking right now. Not that I'm a psychologist or anything like that, but you know, I would try to dive into that with you, dive into your past, and help you live a healthier lifestyle in that regard. When it comes to someone taking care of their hair, like, you know, when your hair looks terrible. I know right now I need a haircut. Same.
If I take my hat off, it's not
like I'm gonna be my biggest critic in that regard.
So what's an example of like a hard conversation for you?
Where are you going?
Because me personally, I don't feel like any conversation is hard to have with anyone, especially people I care about, because it's a conversation that needs to be had. So if I see that you're not doing something for yourself, it's like I can easily step in and pull you to the side, in a way of, like I was saying, understanding the relationships that you have with people. So it's like, you know how to talk to certain people. So if I see you're not taking care of something, I can be like, yo, like, what's going on, like, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Again, I go back to, you know, I don't want to put too much information out there in regards to myself, but obviously all of you guys are familiar with the situation that had occurred. And
am I familiar?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm lost at the same time. I'm trying to figure between the lines. Yeah.
But you know, that's not easy. I'm not talking about the things that were easy to say. I'm talking about the thing that wasn't easy to say. The thing that, well, Matthew would know for sure, the thing that you and I talk about all the time. Because it's inherently good, and it's not.
So you say.
So I know. So I know.
I feel like in regards to that though, like me and you used to have conversations. Like I will always give you the
talk about it off air.
Like the non-popular answer. So like whenever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's just.
Like, we're kind of leaving people in the dark here with this conversation. Like, what the heck is
I mean, that's because
about?
it was a me and you conversation. But I mean, of course, it's coming to it, and it's giving a person what they need and not what they want. So it's just you have to feed that other individual to what they need to hear, whether they like it or not, but do it in a manner as to when they can accept it. So it's like
that's tough. That's tough. No matter which way you put it, that's tough. Like me, especially for me. Even in having a conversation, even in had a tough conversation with, a few of you guys, like I would still feel like I am very weary and concerned with how I make people feel. So like, I mean, you've seen how I felt after I had to tell someone something, I was like very distraught by it. Like
you had to go for a walk.
Yeah. A long walk or something like that. Like dang, because I can empathize, and like, dang, you have to live with that now. Now, there's some people, again, where it's like, okay, they're not gonna think about it too much, so it's easy for me to tell those type of people. But it's some others where it's like, dang, I don't want to. That hurts. That hurts. Maybe I care too much. I'm soft.
I'm soft. Yo, what?
I'm a what? What'd you call me?
I don't think caring too much makes you soft, though.
No, I don't think so. I think that's a gift for sure. But yeah, I mean, on the other end of the spectrum, how have you guys? I think we talked about two topics: having a past, and you guys are some smuts.
Hey, not really.
I have like the second coolest past here.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The coolest wasn't a good attitude.
Like
tamest.
Me?
The coolest past?
Me?
Tamest past. Yeah. Laz definitely has the tamest past. I'm right after. Y'all two whores.
Yeah, y'all bad. Y'all real bad.
Y'all can do y'all
really
ripping and running.
This has only been
I understand why.
Sorry, Turner.
But
am I really?
You're a total Sojourner's a real savage. Like if anybody
Jordan, they already seen season 2.
His reaction to
they already seen season 2.
He said I was hurt.
I was fucking bitches' boyfriends.
What did he do it out of? Hurt. And the same thing with Anthony. He did it out of hurt.
I kind of birthed Anthony into the monster that he is.
Oh yes, he's a cold mind. Y'all some cold men. You know what it is?
I've grown a lot since.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
But
it's your
the
past.
Orochimaru to a Sasuke.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's definitely your past, but in that regard, and then also knowing myself, I'll put myself in here as well. Like if someone tells me something about myself, I am extremely self-conscious myself. So every time I get around that person, I'm going to be thinking that they're thinking about that thing that they told me about myself. Like they have to be. But that's just me, and that's a personal issue with myself. But how have you guys responded to things that you've been told about yourself in the past? And also, how would you feel if someone said, because of your past, I think women are a lot more lenient in that regard. I don't know why that's like it's an okay thing for men to just, go around and be men. But I've seen some women who aren't. But how would you feel if someone said, because of you've been with this, that?
That's happened.
I'm just talking about Anthony. This, that. How would you feel if someone said that to you?
No, that's happened. Honestly, it was an eye opener for me because before I went on this rampage like you guys are talking about, I think I only been with 3 women, and then I met my wife. So like, that's pretty much all that happened, and then I was in a 10-year or 13-year relationship. So then after that ended, I kind of like my world ended. So I was just like, you know what? Who cares? Relationships don't really mean anything. So my mind, I wasn't in the right mindset.
May I?
Yeah.
Intervene?
Yeah.
I just want to say that I'm proud of you for sharing that.
Yeah, that's basically it.
I'm thankful for you for sharing that. But again, the question still remains. I think someone would be understanding of that. I think women would be understanding of that.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I remember when I finally got myself like together, and I was like, I'm gonna really date. I'm gonna start figuring people out, like, and actually listen. And when I started telling people, I'm just like, oh yeah, you're looking at me different. I never had this look before. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you've been outside. You've been out here. And I was like, have I?
Yeah.
I just kind of accepted at the moment. It's not like I was outside looking. I kind of just didn't say no at the time. So I felt like that's different. Now, if I was pursuing women, I think that would be a different story if I was out here trying to get something. But no, I just didn't say no. And
well, we know.
Yeah.
We know.
Didn't say no.
You're a totally different monster.
I think in the regards of what you were saying, as far as like men and women and it being like okay for men, I think it's more so like an acceptance level, like self-acceptance.
Yeah.
Like men will be like, okay, like, yeah, I've been with these women X, Y, and Z after this relationship, but it's like, it is what it is. Like, I did that because of, whatever was going on, and they accept it.
I mean, that's expected of men, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why is that okay, though?
I never liked it. I never liked it, though. Yeah.
It's only okay because it's deemed okay by itself. So it's like, it's kind of like a confidence thing where it's like, no one can make fun of you if you're not confident in that area. Whereas the fire is like how society deemed women to it being bad for them. But you'll see women who go out there and I won't necessarily say they embrace, but they accept that they've been with this, and this. And you'll see no one bat an eye or question or judge it.
Yeah.
So I think it go along to deal with that.
Yeah. I think certain people could do certain things and certain people can't. It's all how you were brought up, how you were raised, and also how you handle situations. So for you, Laz, like, I feel like you're very strong in yourself. You knew what you wanted, and you kind of stick to that. People that's lost and they don't know what they want, they're gonna take what they can get at the moment. That's why I view it at it. Yeah. So when you kind of know what you want and you're on track and you have a vision and you have a plan, it's easier kind of to just be like, oh no, that woman's not for me because my vision is this way, and what you're doing is not really where I see myself. But then some people are just like, I don't really have a vision right now. I'm just trying to live life day by day and take it as it is.
Before we continue, I want to say that regardless of your past, that's not it. I don't want to use that as a complete indicator of you being a bad person or anything like that to myself. I think, you can still be an amazing person. You're just not an amazing person that I would want for the remainder of my life. It would more so be, I would rather have you as a friend, but I get it. Everybody, you had your fun, or you had your healing process. And I get it. That's understandable. And maybe, I'm saying this now, but also at the same time, like I said, I'm relatively an open person for the most part. So like, maybe regardless of my statement, maybe I won't care. Maybe I'll try to look past it, based upon
your understanding. I don't see it really affecting you that much. Plus, also think about this, guys.
But
I heard this on a podcast from somewhere else. The guy said this. He's like, really, most of them when they're sleeping around with other dudes or whatever, who are they? So, do you think they're gonna be in your crowd? The guys that she was with before. Usually, people try
of course
upgrade.
not. Yeah,
so
for sure.
By the time that woman gets to you, and you're in the upper level, like, are you really gonna see those dudes that she messed with? Those guys that really ain't nothing?
Not necessarily, but again, I don't know. Everything is subjective in that regard, and then that leads me to my question. I think we kind of touched on it a little bit, and like, why is it okay in society again for men to sleep around, and like it's a norm, and then in regards to women doing so, they'll be labeled a hoe. Are we doing that?
Capitalism.
Yeah.
What we're not going to do.
Capitalism.
What we're not going to do.
Capitalism and the patriarchy. It is the patriarchy, though. And I'm pretty sure I could tie it into capitalism somehow if you
go ahead. Come on. Go ahead.
If I had enough
I'm
time,
always interested to know.
I'm like Batman. No. Let me see. Could I make this about capitalism? Okay, so boom. Oh no, it is about capitalism because condom sales, sex sales. No, but back in the day,
big pharma.
For sure, buzzwords.
Come on,
but
man.
no, big back in the day though, women couldn't even have like bank accounts.
Yeah.
So niggas had all the money. If you wanted to get money, if you wanted to get women, you had to get money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you had to go into the rat race and get as much money as you could to show you could take care of women. Capitalism.
What does that have to do with sleeping around?
Capitalism, because
it sounded really good.
Yeah. See, that's like, hey, look, but no, it really it's the patriarchy though. It's the whole the idea of men being set up to be just superior to women. So those things are seen as like badges of honor.
Yeah,
you know, the more women you sleep with, it's like, oh, you're cooler because of this.
Or you're viewed as wanted, like you're a high value.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because all these women want you, and it's really just I feel like it's like perpetuated by other men though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a lot of men don't even be really having sex just to be fucking. They be doing it so they can talk about it. Yeah, exactly.
Back with their friends.
You know what I'm saying? And be like, yo, you never gonna guess who I just hit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that's crazy to me personally.
Yeah. I don't like telling people. Why would I tell you who I hit?
Going is just to say everything, just to be like, oh yeah, it's so this and that. It's like, okay, cool.
I mean,
bro.
It's way more of those, and it's going to be way more of those.
but also though, I can't knock it entirely because I used to participate in it.
Yes, you did.
I'm saying? I used to be a part of it.
Oh, yes, you did.
You know, I used to be. No, I didn't. Didn't used to do nothing.
Stop the lying. Stop the lying.
But I feel like for women though, tying into what I just said, it's like if you're the thing that's being used to keep score, then nobody don't really care. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just like they're being looked at as like one and dones or just used. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, I hate her. She off the list already. I don't give a fuck about it no more. That could be for somebody else. And then a lot of dudes, they hear about that. If they hear that she got cracked by mad niggas, they just gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm about to go do that then. That's easy work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's easy work. So
that's easy work.
In their mind, they already devaluing the woman
absolutely
outside of that. She's not even a woman to them no more. She's just, oh, I'm just
me.
Fucking.
Yeah, I mean,
she got a vagina.
Yes.
I'm about to knock it down.
You're an item.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're something to be had.
Yes.
Or something to be shown off.
I don't even want to show you off.
Then it'd be the niggas talking about something. What's your top 3 kills?
I'm sorry, what?
Top 3 kills.
I never heard that conversation.
You never heard of that? I'm in the wrong group chat.
I was about to say we moving a different chat.
I'm in the wrong chat.
Is that your?
Nah.
Oh yeah,
I got it. Yep.
So Matt wrote your.
No, I'm in a.
Don't even talk about it. Just let it go.
Don't even gotta talk about it. But I've experienced conversations. People like literally.
In all
talk
honesty,
about stuff like that.
We're gonna digress a little bit. I mean, not really, but I mean, because this is tying into what you said. I'm not hanging around people like that.
Mm.
What are we talking about? Especially at this age. Maybe if we were teenagers, but like at this age, you still talking about your top 3 kills?
Yeah, that's good.
Get out my face. What we talking about? Are you serious? Women come easy.
That's talking crazy.
I'm not saying that women are easy.
He said women come easy.
Like,
and that's a double entendre for your head top.
Oh gosh, no, but I'm saying like like it's a lot of women out here. Like you can go anywhere. Like if you want it, go get it. Go get it. It's out there. If you want it, go get it.
You too. If you want it, go get it. It's a lot of men out here.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a lot of. It goes both ways.
That's what he's just trying to say.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't stay in your own situation because it's terrible. You know, there's always someone better.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What type of?
That's
go with that shit.
That's what Laz is saying right now. It's always someone better.
Don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband.
Whoa, I never said that. I never said
boyfriend stop you from finding your husband.
Perception is important.
Don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband.
You know who you is, baby.
You know who you is.
You know who you with?
Who is she?
Nah, that you know who you is.
I know who
that has some
talking
heat
about.
on it.
I know who he's
That
talking
you
about.
know who it is has some heat on it.
I know exactly who he's talking about.
I know who you talking about
That's
too, but
funny
we
as hell.
not gonna talk about that. But that has some heat on it. That was
That's
spicy.
crazy.
I hope you received that
He looked
very
at
That's
well.
crazy.
Very well. I want you
you're
to see that. You should DM the page. Matter of fact, DM the page. We'll put it on Patreon.
I'm gonna clip it and send it to her.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's different.
She has a. This is what I'm talking. He's not healed. Remember season 2? Y'all remember season 2?
No. It's a difference. Because now I'm going after what I want.
Was that not what you wanted before?
Spicy.
Nah, then I was just doing it to try to heal. Now I know what I want.
And you know you want that.
I know what we can have.
Okay.
So it's,
Talk about it.
I feel like she a compliment.
He said, "Thank you for babysitting." I need my
He
baby
a
back.
compliment her.
Exactly.
May I ask you this question?
Then it was just all physical. I was just doing it. Just
May I ask you this
She's
question?
trying to fill the void.
Exactly. Well,
He's
not
trying to fill
really.
her void.
I was trying to match
Fill
the
her
pain
void,
more
yeah.
like it.
May I ask you this question?
Sure. I don't like these questions.
And I want you to be transparent.
Of course.
But to be like, so how many of them did have boyfriends?
But I wanted to ask you.
Brenda, sheesh.
You know, at one point in time, this woman that you're referring to was available. What was stopping you from going after it? Because now that she has a man, now it's like, oh, I'm gonna clip it. I'm gonna send it to her.
You know, a different headspace between then and now. It wasn't a then thing. It was more of a me thing. That's just how I am. I don't like to present myself in a way that
Talk about it. Talk about it.
I don't like.
This is a safe space.
I don't. Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
It's on the internet.
I feel like this is the exact opposite of a safe space.
It's a space for sure.
It's safe.
Come on, Jenner. It's us.
But I don't.
It's just us.
It's us.
I'm the type
In the
of person,
camera.
I don't like to.
In
I
millions
don't like
of-
to present myself in a manner that where it's like if I'm not even okay with it, I don't expect somebody else to be okay with it because
Okay.
at what type of level would that be for me to try to give myself to someone that I'm not okay with?
I understand.
Ooh,
So
let me
it's
say
like
something when you finish.
if you're okay with the level that I'm not okay with, then why should I be okay with how you like?
I know what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Bars.
It's like
I just
He needs some of that for that.
Yeah.
He needs some of that for that. That was bars.
But I just seen something on Twitter, and it was a girl talking about how she'll never deal with a guy who classifies himself as a bum because or not a bum, but like not where they want to be in life because those kind of guys always leave that girl because they look at it like you was with me
Okay, yeah.
when I was like this, and
Yeah.
the girl they really want would never be with a guy
I never
Yeah.
even looked
that
their
was
way.
like that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they don't even they can't even get jiggy with that.
Yes and no.
Wow.
From my perspective. Of course,
sure.
I can only speak from my perspective. I think, going back to what Sojourner said, I honestly think that people are a lot more accepting than what we give them credit for.
Mhm.
Like, I can't lie. Like, if you're just totally far left, then you have no business talking to myself.
Mhm.
And if same thing, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't expect to be talking to someone who I deem to be at another level than myself. Not that anyone's above anyone, but you know. But ultimately it comes back down to what matters. And you can't necessarily speak for someone else, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And maybe that person could be the person that helps elevate you, because it's not like you're not trying, right? It's just that you haven't gotten there yet. Or maybe there was some roadblocks set in the way that has stopped you from getting there. Or maybe Anthony's been relatively transparent about the situation. Maybe your regard, okay, I had my life mapped out for myself. I had my house, I had my wife, I had life. And we're just constantly growing together. I had that taken away from me. I think anybody, and then, you're going through this, like, it's tough. And I think anybody would be anyone that I would want personally, and I think that yourself would want personally, or all of us would want, would be understanding of that. Like, you had something taken away from you. So that could be, everything is subjective. Now, if you're just one of those people that just did
That's the name of the
absolute,
episode.
huh?
That's the name of the episode.
Yes. if you're just one of those people that has done absolutely nothing intentionally, this is why we ask questions. If you're one of those people that has done absolutely nothing intentionally, then it's like, okay, I'm done with you. But if you're someone who's trying, and I think a lot of women, I've talked to a lot of women, not like that, but I'm saying in regards to like, just conversation. It's not that, but
said it was conversation.
It's just conversation. Like I always like to pick women's brains, anybody's brains for that matter. I do the same thing with you guys, or I love humans and figuring out way people think. But a lot of women, don't really care as long as you're working towards something, or obviously you'll be already there. But if you're just a bum, come on, man. If you're just out here, I'm working towards my rap career and I'm selling weed, and you're not even a good rapper, and you're not even rapping every single day. You have no shows.
Yeah, no studio time.
No studio time.
No clip.
But you're working towards. You're not even recording yourself. Like, what are you really working towards? And I think some women, again, can get behind someone who is genuinely working towards their rap career, who is genuinely good, but just hasn't gotten that break yet, who is out here selling weed and really getting to it just to put towards his studio time. Like, imagine walking out on a Nipsey hustle.
Yeah.
When he was out here selling weed just so, or whatever it was that he was selling, just running the streets just so he can go back into the studio and put that time in the studio. Imagine walking out on him. So there are men like that you can go for that. But if you're just out here being a bum,
you're a bum.
No, like, come on, like that I can understand. But in regards to yourself, in regards to a situation like yourself, or anybody in this room for that matter, I think people would be understanding if they say, I'm not where I want to be just yet, but that's okay. Like this is what has transpired throughout my life. This is why I'm not there. I've tried. I've been trying, or something happened.
So yeah, people's past,
but
we also don't condone selling drugs. Just
we don't do that.
Hey man,
I'm out here flipping packs. What you talking about?
What I'm saying. Get to it how you gotta get
into
to
the
it,
bag.
Man.
What you talking about?
Get to it how you gotta get
to school,
it.
kid.
And the feds better not. Nah,
just sell hats. Sell hats. That's it.
Yes.
T-shirts. Yeah.
That is how you
Sell
launder your money
in the classroom. No.
That's how you launder that money. Yes.
I
can teach you guys how to sell some drugs.
All right.
Oh.
You really can't.
Mr. Waller.
This guy doesn't even drink anything. He drinks water every day.
I can teach you how to sell some drugs.
He drinks coconut water.
I've been doing this for. No, I don't really know how to sell drugs, but I watched a lot of Snowfall.
Snowfall, yeah,
that translates.
That's math.
What I was gonna say is that I do agree with you with everything that you're saying. I do think though it's not so. I don't think. Well, I'll speak just for myself. When I've been in situations where I didn't want to pursue women, just because of I just didn't feel like I was in the right headspace. I didn't feel like my money was right. I didn't feel like all of these things. It's not that they would be understanding of that. They probably would be, but I think it's like a vulnerability.
Yeah.
You know the word I'm trying to say.
State,
I was in I couldn't be in that vulnerable state.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's the thing that was really stopping me from doing it. Like if I was just completely okay with it, or not just okay with it, but understanding that there's something better for me after this that I'm going to get to, if I could just lock in on that, then I could probably just have that conversation with them and be like, all right, well, let's see if we can make some shit shake.
Yeah.
But in those moments, it was just like, I don't know where the hell I'm going.
I mean, that's when you're pursuing her. What if she pursued you? Are you going to deny her, or are you going to be upfront with her and say, hey, I like you. I'm not in the greatest of spaces right now myself, but I don't want to not talk to you. Are you understanding of that? That's communicating that we were talking about, right?
I don't want to mess this up, so I'm going to go the opposite.
No, I'm not going the opposite direction. I just want you to know where I'm at, and are you okay with that?
Okay.
Because if that's the case, then let's do this. Like, listen, I'm not, hey, I don't have, let's go get the $100 steaks almost every week money right now. But I have I can put together a sandwich for you, and we can go buy some chips, and I don't know, we set up this movie outside of a picnic money right now, and I'm working towards something.
I feel you.
We could split a Wegman sub.
We can split a Wegman sub.
I'd probably tell her no, though, to be honest with you, if I'm just speaking for myself, because I just don't see. It just don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, but I can understand.
I'm with the like that picnic's on fire. I do that shit. I do that shit with or without money, but I just wouldn't feel like I'm doing this service, and that might just be me being too much in my head or like overthinking it or maybe a little bit insecure, but that's all I got really. I couldn't even you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'll just be like, I really just can't. Like, I'm sure you're a wonderful woman. I'd love to get to know you, but I can't do it right now.
Because you want to be able to do the things you want to do in the moment, and it will make you feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Like say
I was about to say not even, but it probably like even more of the way that he know how he will want to treat her, and he couldn't feel like he could do that to his full capacity. So it's like,
and it's like she might be appreciative of those things, but I'm not gonna feel good about them, which is ultimately gonna cause friction in the relationship anyway. So I'd rather just 86 the whole thing, and hopefully you still single when I feel the way I should feel about all this, and we can see what's going on. But other than that, nah.
Like I said in the beginning, the people are meant to be in your life will be in your life.
That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna be down, anyways.
But that's what I'm saying to you.
But
you present that to her. She ultimately likes you for you.
But if you're working, anyway, she's gonna be around when I got these bands.
Exactly. And if you
anyway, she gonna be around.
She gonna be around anyways. If I double right now, she gonna be around.
I guess that works both ways. But what I'm saying is like, what's the point of me prolonging it or pushing it back? I just said the same thing twice, but
avoiding the inevitable.
Avoiding the inevitable.
Yeah. The source.
Why not? And again, this can be that person that adds value to your life that you never knew that you needed.
Yeah.
At that moment in time.
This may be the person to get you over the hump that you're trying to get over.
Does it all really matter?
You know what? I think you're right. Coco Jones, I'm ready for you whenever you're ready.
No, hop off my shit.
You're really shooting for the stars here.
I was fighting it for so long.
You are really shooting for the stars here.
I'm ready now. Oh, everything that's supposed to be mine is mine already, baby. We like that. We locked in, baby.
And this goes back to what I'm saying about perception is very important.
What do you mean? I got 2020. I perceive that.
You know what?
If you get
use your power.
Yep.
Use your power.
It's cozy motherfucking Cartier. You know.
I have a question.
Let's hear it.
Sorry. Do you guys believe in that?
Well, you said, do we believe in God?
Well, do you believe in God?
I mean, yes, of course.
Anthony?
Yes, of course.
Since there's only three of us, Matthew.
Yeah, that's my nigga.
Yeah, that's my nigga.
He just had to say it like that.
No, for real. I talk to God like I talk to my friends, man.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. In that regard, I think I've had this conversation with you guys before where it was like, we are an extension of God. Just like God's our Father. We come from a source. So the same power that is within God is within us to an extent, but that's almighty, that's sovereign, right? Do you believe that you possess those powers?
Of course.
Yeah. Because I'm like that.
Oh gosh.
No, for real. I really feel that. Like, you ever just wake up one day and you just like, I'm like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I wake up like that.
Yeah, I'm like that.
Oh no, I tell myself that.
Yeah, I'm like that.
I am like that.
For sure.
No, I'm like that.
I tell people
I'm like that.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
Whenever I say I'm like that, I feel close to God.
Okay.
Real shit.
Okay.
I'm like, because I'm like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what?
See, now it's starting to build up right now. I'm like that.
Yes. Look at that.
I'm like that.
It's changing my perception of him as we sitting here.
Oh God, I'm like that.
I've already had a good perception of him.
Oh God.
Yeah. I see that.
I'm like that.
So overall,
I'm like that.
Overall, I mean, obviously we discovered
every day. I like how that feels.
Well, actually, let me ask you guys one more question because it just came up on my mind. Jumping back to, we discussed communication a little bit. What have you guys struggled with in regards to communicating?
I don't think communication is a struggle point for me. I feel like I communicate effectively. Maybe I'll probably say, you know what? I'll probably say emotional communication may be like the least of my strong suits. But
What do you mean by that?
Like, as far as, like, I wouldn't necessarily say I will hinder information if I'm feeling some type of way emotionally towards, like, my partner or anything. But it may be harder for me to speak on it because of how I would want to present it. So it may be, like, me more of an overthinking thing or something like that. But just, like, how I feel technically as far as, like, communication. Like, not necessarily, yeah. Like, something bothered me to a certain extent. It's like, I would want to present it in a way where it's like we can have a conversation about it and not an argument.
Mm-hmm.
Because typically when you're dealing with people's feelings, the way the society is, it turns into an argument and not a actual healthy conversation of how you can deal with it. So it's like, with me, in the sense, I overanalyze that because it's like, I don't like arguing.
Mm-hmm.
That's not me. So I will try to think of that conversation, like, think of that healthy way to have that conversation.
And if you can't see it, you're not gonna have the conversation.
Yeah.
I feel like my biggest issue in communicating is probably how, like, aware I am of myself. So, like, if I have to communicate with you about something, I'll overthink. How do I explain this? It's like,
Sounds like me.
okay, so boom. So I used to do this with my therapist. Like, if I think I have a problem or I have an issue, I try to make it like, I try to do the logic in my head already, or try to figure out the answer before they can say it, or like before they can guide me towards the answer or something like that. Yeah. But just like, I'll try to overanalyze the issue. It's like, oh, I do this, or like if they like, oh, what's going on in your life, blah 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 blah. I'll say something, oh, this happened today because of this, and I did this because of this, and I know that's bad because this, and so on and so forth. So I'll like be hyper aware of the things that I'm saying in my emotions. I ignore my emotions and I try to make it just purely logic. So when I communicate, I feel like I get too logical as opposed to
Catering to
taking emotions into account, which is something that I'm actually getting a lot better at. Because when I used to deal with like emotions in relationships and stuff like that, when I would deal with them, I would always either completely ignore them or I would hold on to them for way too long.
Okay.
So recently I've just been focusing more on like grounding myself and just in my awareness of myself. And what I mean by that is, we are not our thoughts nor our emotions. We just are. We're just beings. You know what I'm saying? So my emotions and like my anger, huh?
I don't.
You don't? Okay, so it's like you are not your emotions. You feel emotions. You are not your thoughts. You have thoughts. You know what I'm saying? These are all things that pass.
Who are you? What do you mean by that? Like, I'm serious.
No, that's the question. You are your last, but you are last. The thoughts, that's it. The thoughts that pass, you have thoughts. Laz has thoughts. Laz is not his thoughts. Laz has emotions. He is not his emotions.
But
that's a bigger conversation, though.
I want to go into, like, isn't that how we? Isn't that how we?
That's how we experience,
judge people.
Sure, and that's how we experience the world through these things. But they are not us. These things are just like vehicles of expression.
For sure.
So, like, to say what I was saying, it's like if I get really upset about a situation and it feels like that's all it can be, I have to remember I am not that. This is just passing through me. Matthew isn't this. He's experiencing this. I'm experiencing this emotion. And then once I get through that, I can say, okay. You know what I'm saying? I can move forward with this now. Instead of harping on it or suppressing it, I'm just going through the motion of it. I feel it. I let it go. It served its purpose. You know? Before I couldn't do that. And if I was harped up on it, then obviously that creates a volatile environment, start yelling, arguing, blah, blah, blah. If I'm overtly logical and I'm suppressing it, then I'm not feeling what I should be feeling.
Okay.
You're letting that emotion become you instead of
you mentioned
gotcha.
I just wanted to go in, people are weird. Some people are weird.
Weird
And the
is
reason-
on sale, yes.
And the reason why I say that is because you said that you went to therapy, and it automatically made me think of the woman with that list of icks, where she was like, you know, one of her icks was the fact that a man says that he goes to therapy, and it's like an instant turn off, and it's like, well, why? You know, I try to be as understanding as I possibly can for my people. Like, I really want to understand you. And I try to put myself in other people's shoes. Like, I can't necessarily, maybe, where it's like, oh, that's a turnoff for me. Like, but I don't know. I was digressing, but that just made me think of that real quick.
That is, I hate that list. Like, it's funny as hell, but like, women really out there thinking and subscribing.
I don't want to just say that as women. I think that's a people thing in general. You know,
in regards to therapy, yeah, sure, a lot of people. And and even other stuff on that list, yeah.
In regards to anything in life,
like
I never want things to be gender specific. Everything is human, male or female. Like, we all do mostly the same things, for sure. We all experience the same emotions.
Just had to sneak that female in there, didn't you?
I said male.
Yeah, I know.
I said male.
I know you said it just.
It just sounded right. It just sounded right in the moment. It just
no, that's fine.
You can't do the things that women do because then you'll be deemed sassy.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
sassy me up.
Not giving.
Sassy me up. I like moving my hips, so sassy me up. Problem with it, that's fine. You're not for me.
Move your hips over here, buddy.
I'm not gonna move my hips over you. All right, but I am comfortable with my sexuality, as I've said before. I like women, and that's all that I like.
That's what I'm saying.
And I also like moving my hips. So what?
Yeah, we're gonna beat my ass.
What's up? I can fight. These hands work.
Mine do too. Look,
and my friends have guns.
My friends have guns. That's crazy.
Like, what's up?
That's so funny.
We do not promote violence either.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I really don't. But yes, I do.
No, we don't.
I promote standing up for yourself.
That's the difference from violence.
If the violence comes to my doorstep, what Drake say? If somebody has some bad intentions for me, you're going to read about it in an obituary.
Oh, okay, that's also Drake.
I said that.
That's what
He's not going to do that.
Oh, that's what you were saying.
Yeah,
see, perception is everything.
Wait, she's smirking that dirt.
But, yeah. What you got, man? What's the word?
Okay. I was prepared for a different conversation, so I had a different word. So I'm about to freestyle this word.
Okay.
From my own mental banks. The word of the day is pulchritudinous.
How's that? No way you just.
All right. Wrap this episode up, man. Hey, Anthony, close the episode out, man.
Okay.
Close the episode out.
This is great.
There's no way you just thought of that off the top of your head.
Say it again.
Pulchritudinous. I'm trying to think how it's spelled. Pulchri.
Why do you know this?
Huh? I can't remember exactly.
Was that your punishment as a child?
Yes,
to sit there in the corner and read?
You know what it was? I used to just like reading all the time.
He didn't watch cartoons growing up. I could tell.
It's like I really used to just like read books, and then I would be on like the computer like looking up more shit, and I would just go down mad Wikipedia like rabbit holes and be like, oh, I wonder what this word means. Or if I saw a word in a book I didn't know, I would immediately look it up so I could understand the context. So that's just how I just started knowing a bunch of shit. But pulchritudinous is actually really
no one uses. Who put that in the book?
Hey man,
go ahead.
It means beautiful.
Just say beautiful.
Oh my God. There's no way you said all that.
Pulchritudinous, it means beautiful.
Use it in a sentence.
Shawty, you looking mad pulchritudinous today.
That's horrible.
Beautiful. Beautiful in what sense? I feel like there's an aspect of the beautifulness.
It's an adjective. It's just beautiful.
Did you say polka tennis?
Polka tennis. Pulchritudinous.
Never said that.
You know what I'm saying?
Poke her.
Polka tennis?
No, poke her to in this.
Oh,
poke her to in this. Yeah. Yes, I get it now.
What the? Yeah, that's the word of the day. Pulchritudinous. I want everybody to use that.
Poke her.
Comment, like, subscribe on all of our social media pages. Comment on our Instagram. Pulchritudinous.
Please comment, like, share, subscribe. I mean, obviously,
subscribe.
if you've gotten this far within this episode, obviously you've watched this on YouTube, so you already know the YouTube page. But please share with your friends if you can. And people that want
to share.
And people that are interested in podcasts that have conversations like how we have conversations. If you're just catching this on YouTube by a whim and you just enjoyed it, like I said, you can. Well, I didn't say, but you can follow us on Instagram at WTTB Productions. And again, just
on
share.
Twitter, WTTB
make sure you're liking everything, and of course, you're gonna if you're in the
TikTok.
Buffalo area, you're obviously going to enjoy the events that we put on.
Oh, we about to cook.
Yeah, we about to cook.
We about to cook.
and the things that we have
We
planned
are
for in the
cooking.
future, and I'm gonna just put it out there, taking this thing on the road, and we're gonna touch Pond Road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
More tune for your top.
just
Touch Pond Road.
just getting bigger and better. But before we close out, I have to ask you guys final thoughts in regards to what it is that we talked about today.
Oh, I didn't know there was homework.
Homework.
Were we listening?
No,
Final
I feel
thoughts.
like this was a very organic conversation. Initial topics were kind of phased out, not in a negative way, but just as the
It was organic.
the
as you said.
snowball, like the snowball of conversation, just spun down the hill.
Yeah.
But I think this was dope. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all learned something from this. I hope you laughed. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah.
And you could have been anywhere in the world.
But you're here with us. We appreciate that.
Bang, bang, bang. Success.
You can stop doing that. You can stop that.
That was fun.